Hey, what's up, fellas? How are you doing? We're back with another video today. But yeah, today, me and my best friend, we're gonna go hunting. Where? I don't know, but you're just gonna have to find out.
The last trip of our Outdoor Pal season was to Quest Haven Lodge. Quest Haven has a 2,000-acre ranch in which they grow ginormous whitetails for hunters that are looking for an experienced giant 300-inch buck. And they have been nice enough to let us come in and bring kids in to do some management, shoot some scrub bucks, shoot some does, and we have been thrilled to give the kids the experience of this first hunt. Quest Haven Lodge is run by the Walk family. From the owners all the way down to the guides, they are a first-class family that will take care of you from the food being excellent, to the lodging being excellent, to the stands and the hunts being top-notch and top quality. This year at Quest Haven, we're taking Eli, Alex, and my own son, Mark. Eli and Alex, it's their first time in the woods. They went through the hunter safety course. They've never been out before. One of them is going to hunt with Brett McCoy, who is a teacher in the city. The other one is going to hunt with Josh Aziza, who is another city cop with me. I myself am actually going to hunt with my own son, Mark. Mark got pushed back a lot this year because I was out hunting with other kids throughout the season and wasn't able to spend as much time in the woods with him. So Quest Haven was nice enough to let me bring him up there to help him get a deer. As he kind of was on the back burner this year. So we're grateful to be a part of them and to be allowed to come up there and harvest some of their deer. The kids that we bring up are generally first times in the woods, and they absolutely love it. They have a great time, and every year they want to go back.
You prepare for the extreme, so that average becomes mundane. That's why I rely on Precision Hunter ammunition. I never have to compromise at any distance. Hornady Precision Hunter ammunition.
This is how we like to do it.
Our kind of accuracy isn't something easily come by. It isn't found anywhere in the world in its pure state, and you cannot buy it by the pound. We have to build it into our bullets carefully, a 10,000th of an inch and a 1/10 of a grain at a time. No, accuracy just doesn't happen. You have to make it happen with tools, with men, with bullets, and with rifles. I'm Joyce Hornady. I make bullets.
We're about to go hunt for some deer.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah. We're about to go hunt for some deer. Hopefully I catch one.
Catching? We're going catching deers, huh?
Yeah.
No, we're going shooting deer.
That one too.
It was right before Christmas, and we only had a weekend to hunt. So we arrived, and we got a good night's sleep, and we went out first thing in the morning.
You guys ready to meet your guides?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going Doug, right? Command?
Yeah.
I'll take you. Come on.
been sitting for about, I don't know, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. What are you thinking about?
Hopefully seeing a deer.
Just still hoping to see one, huh?
Yep.
Brett McCoy, the teacher from McCaskey, and Elias went out together, and as they were hunting, they got to see some deer in the morning, but he kept his chin up and they said, hang in there, you'll be all right. And we ended up seeing him back at the lodge at lunchtime. Alex and Officer Aziza hunted together, and Alex didn't have a whole lot of luck in the morning and came back ready to eat for lunch. And Mark and I went out in the morning, and we didn't have a whole lot of luck. We didn't see a lot of deer. It was a little bit of a rainy day. We sat in a big blind. We had a good time talking to Russ Walk, who's actually the owner of Quest Haven Lodge. He actually hunted with me and Mark, and he got to tell us a little bit about his story and a little bit about Quest Haven, which was awesome. And we figured, hey, we'll have better luck in the evening.
I think we're gonna get it done here tonight. I sure hope so.
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, for sure.
No, you're not going to sleep, are you?
No. My face is cold.
Huh?
My face is cold.
Your face is cool.
Remember, we're sitting still, bud.
So that evening we went out. Elias and Brett, while they're sitting there, a ginormous buck came out of the woods. And Brett got great footage of the kind of bucks that they have at Quest Haven. And at that same time, there were several doe in the field. So they were trying to get Eli settled on the deer. He kept looking through and he was very hesitant to pull the trigger. There was a little bit of buck fever happening, even though they were doe. And Eli, they talked him through it and they kept telling him, you'll see it probably in the video, when you're ready, pull the trigger. When you're ready, pull the trigger, go ahead. And he worked through all those emotions of getting ready to pull the trigger. And eventually, he did pull the trigger.
Crushed her.
Did I?
Gosh, she's gonna go down right there. I'm pretty sure.
It looked right away like it was a great hit. Doug and Brett got out and they followed the blood trail just like you're supposed to. And when they walked up on that deer, Eli was so excited. He couldn't believe he actually did it. He took the shot, he hit the deer right where he needed, and absolutely was elated.
That's a beautiful shot. Look where you hit him.
Right here.
Perfect. Hey man, you smoked her. You smoked her, buddy. You smoked her.
He told me he wanted to hunt every single year after this, which is exactly why we do this at Outdoor Pal. Give these kids an experience, something they wouldn't normally get, and expose them to things that they wouldn't be exposed to. And then this kid is hooked. I'm telling you, the kid's hooked for life. He absolutely loves it. And he bonded not only with the police who were there, but he bonded with one of his teachers at the school, which is fantastic, and it's all about what Outdoor Pal's about. Officer Aziza and Alex, a deer made its way out in front of their stand. Alex was a little bit nervous, just like the rest of the boys were, and with good cause when a deer walks out. But with the footage, as you'll see, there wasn't a whole lot of great footage to be had of this hunt. Long story short, Alex was able to connect on a doe. They were able to recover it. He was super excited. He was through the moon, excited, wanted to call his parents, wanted to tell everybody what a great job he did. He bonded with Officer Aziza, who's actually a police officer in the sector of the city where this kid lives. So they made friends, they see each other on a regular basis, and actually built a relationship with this kid outside of the hunt, which is what we do this for.
This is how we like to do it.
You prepare for the extreme so that average becomes mundane. That's why I rely on Precision Hunter ammunition. I never have to compromise at any distance. Hornady Precision Hunter ammunition.
Mark and I got into deer within an hour of being in the stand. We had some of the biggest bucks on the lot, on the Quest Haven property, come out in front of us. Now, we weren't hunting those big trophy bucks. We were looking for more of a raghorn or a doe to help manage the property. And we had a doe come in, the spot we were looking at, we actually had doe come in behind us. So I remember Mark getting excited, and we turned around and we got the camera set up, and we got the rifle set up, and he was ready and was watching these doe come in. And we had a big doe. They were coming from our right to our left, and Mark started to get a little bit nervous. And I had never seen him get that nervous because he shot a couple deer before, all with his crossbow, never with a rifle. And he starts asking me, "Dad, is it gonna kick me? Dad, is the rifle gonna hurt me?" And I said, "Buddy, it's just a deer, relax. The rifle's gonna be fine." And I could tell he was a little bit nervous. As the deer crossed in front of us, it got to about 50 yards, and he aimed dead on the deer. And I said, "Okay, buddy, that's your shot. When you're good, shoot."
Wait. Just wait.
What is your now?
Wait. It's in the brush.
Now.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I looked at Mark and I said, "Well, how was your shot? Did you hit it?" And he said, "Dad, if I didn't hit it, your gun's off," which led me to believe that that boy was pretty confident in his shot. We waited in the stand until someone came to pick us up. By that point, a lot of deer had come into the field, and Russ didn't want to get down out of the stand and let the deer know that humans were in that stand. So if a truck drove up in the field, the deer would see the truck, associate humans with that, and run away, and they wouldn't associate them with the stand. So we waited for an hour or two. But the problem was it began to rain. And as the rain came down, we were nervous about being able to find blood because we couldn't tell from watching the shot whether he hit or not on our little tiny viewer. When the other guide showed up and scared off the deer, we got down out of the stand and went out to look for blood. We searched up and down that field and could not find a thing. We looked and looked, we scoured it. We probably spent a half hour, 40 minutes looking for that deer, looking for blood. Couldn't find anything. So we get back to the lodge and we reviewed the footage. I put it on the big screen TV, I plugged in the HDMI, and I rewound it, put it on slow motion. And it was apparent right away that Mark hit that deer exactly where he needed to. I showed the footage to the guys, to Russ and one of his sons, and they immediately said, yeah, that's a dead deer. We're gonna have to go find that in the morning. So we went out the next morning. We went down to the bottom of the hill where we thought it might have ran, and sure enough, there was the doe. Mark was 100% correct. The gun was on, he was on, he had a dead doe. He was super excited. It was such a turnaround for him. He was okay with not getting it, but he was positive he did. And he was right. And so we did the final scene with his little deer there, and he took the pictures with it and was so excited. And he thanked the guys for taking him hunting and for being willing to go find it the next day. And it was a great trip for Mark. So it was a fantastic time. All 3 kids shot doe. All 3 kids got to see how we butcher the deer, where meat comes from, understanding it just doesn't come wrapped in a package from a grocery store. And all the kids got to take home meat to their families. All in all, it was a great trip, bonding from police, teachers, and the guys at Quest Haven. And it was amazingly fantastic, and I can't wait to go back next year because it's A1 accommodations all the way. If you're a sportsman who wants to shoot a big deer, who wants to have excellent accommodations, beautiful lodging, and fantastic food, Quest Haven is a spot you need to check out. It's a 2,000-acre ranch. It's not an exotic ranch where you're going to find all kinds of African game and all this other stuff. It's just whitetail, and they have grown some of the biggest whitetail in the United States. It's a A-plus, fantastic place to hunt all the way around. It's amazing. So if that's you, give those guys a call and see if you can't get on the schedule to get up there and do it. Thank you to our sponsors, the Allstate Foundation, Annie Ann's Cares Committee, Safari Club International, the Lehigh Valley chapter, and the Eastern chapter of the Wild Sheep Foundation.